Hello guys, this is Brian here with the video. Some of you have asked me to do a video about my payphone. Well, I'm going to do a video that is a real payphone, and I get you on my other camera and I'll take the payphone in our room, so have room on the table and show you what's inside it. It is a real working payphone. It's extremely heavy too. I think it's around 50 to 70 pounds, so it's extremely heavy. It's something you do not want to drop on your foot because it will break it and smash it to pieces. So just 1 second, I'll go ahead and get you on my other camera and we can go open up and see what's inside the inner workings of a payphone, if you ever want to know what's inside. Okay, here I'm at the table here with the payphone. I moved it in here. It's very, very heavy. As you can see, this is a GTE telephone, payphone. This was, I think it's probably very late 70s and 80s version. Of course, this was before they took over, Verizon took over GTE. Let me take this off here and zoom in this part here. I don't know how well that's zooming in or not. You probably can't see it. There we go. It tells you how to dial. You know, old days you have to dial the 1 before the area code, and 411 and 911 and all that crap. And this is automatic electric. That's their version of Russian Electric for GTE. And this is where the money goes, obviously. Now, you do have to have a special key, and now I got this payphone from a family member who works at the phone company, and they were just throwing these in the trash, and luckily they grabbed one. So if you ever come across a payphone, buy it, because these are extinct or nearly extinct. I only can barely see them in any hospitals or gas stations, but you know. And this is called T-key. So this is how you open up the cash. Now, obviously, they do have a special lock on the side, which they removed the locks when I got the payphone. So you remove that vault. This weighs about 5 pounds, and that's a locking mechanism. Of course, this is my little deal here, an extra spare key. And is there a penny inside of there? Let's see. I guess not. But that's inside the vault. Now they do. Now I don't have a cash, the quarter vault. They usually like a little thing that slides into the payphone that catches the quarters or dimes, whatever you want to call them. And when the payphone person came around, which is the phone company, they will yank these out of the payphone, but they could not tamper with it. It went to their accounting department. Wherever how they deal with the cash. So let me put this back on here, and I'll show you what's inside the payphone too. I had to pause the camera because it's very heavy to get that off. So let me pause it here. Okay, guys, I don't know how well y'all can see this, but there is like a little key opening right there. And that's where the lock will have gone, a special lock. So if the payphone was locked, you had to unlock the lock and insert this here. And then we do it here. There we go. Oops, I might have locked it. Oh. So let me pause the camera and get this here unlocked here. Okay, I took the cover off the payphone so we can see what's inside. This is a dial pad mechanism right here, and then you have the special connector to plug this into the payphone. So you could take the cover off. Usually they would do this when they have to service it or whatever the case may be. This part's still heavy. I don't know how y'all can hear this, but this is like a heavy-duty locking mechanism here. And let me do it here a couple different times. Let's see here. Of course, that's a little slot for the coins. So that's kind of heavy duty. I mean, these things were made to take a lot of use and people tearing them up. Now, of course, you probably could tear up the headset because this is made of plastic, obviously. But this is metal. You know, only thing you probably can get this destroyed by running it over by a tank or you know, hitting it, you know, car hitting it, but tear up your car most likely. But here's the new workings of the payphone here. Now, of course, I'm looking through the camera here, but look. And this is where you put the coins. Now, I don't have a quarter. Now, I searched high and low in this house for a quarter. I have a penny. Now, the penny's going to get stuck and go to the coin return. But this is where it goes here. Now, like I said, I'm looking through the camera here. Oop, it does go through the coin return. Let's do that one more time here. Oops, that got stuck. That's the coin return, you know, if you do the on the front of the payphone. And here's the internal workings of the payphone. Now, I don't know why it has to be such a complex circuitry. Now, I did look at it's right here at the bottom, but this payphone was manufactured in 1981, and I forgot I have a service order completion data card right here from 1988, so that's pretty cool. I'm going to show you this in a second. Those dip switches, I'm not really 100% for sure. I think if you mess with them, it won't work right, but I did kind of get it to work right. But I think those I have to do with how many coins it needs to accept to complete the call, you know, like 25 cents or 50 cents. If you can have incoming phone calls or not, make it ring when it does, you know, so on and so on. This does accept incoming phone calls. Now, in order for the payphone to actually function like a payphone, you have to have a special payphone circuit at the phone company. That's what that little thing does right here. This will click and accept the coins. So that's how the payphone knows you put money in it, and that's the green parts where you connect the cover to. So that's what's inside of a payphone. Now, of course, you know, payphones that were made in the 90s was more, you know, more complex than this thing. You know, this was manufactured in 1981. So you know, it's what was it? Almost 35 plus years. And here's the bottom, the deck code's right here. I don't think y'all can see it, but it's right here. I'll zoom in a second. I did hook this up to a regular phone line. It does work. All you have to do is pick up the receiver and dial the call. It does work without the coins, obviously, since I don't have a payphone circuitry. I don't know exactly where this came out of, someplace in maybe part of Dallas, the best I can search. But this is a service record completed in August 4th, 1988. I don't know what this is, what this was for. But let me show y'all this. This was inside the payphone. Wow, well, let me see if it was zooming. There we go. It was received on August the 4th. Completed on March the 28th, 1989. Not for sure why it took a lot of months. I don't know if they just took this out of service and moved it somewhere else, which they did do that a lot. Ground, which is GRN. Loop, which is the phone line. Loss, noise. Power 78 watts maybe. Balance 68. Let's see. Don't know what that is. Well, that's kind of cool, little piece of history of the payphone, you know, part of the payphone. Like I said, you know, I don't know why it took so many months. You know, I don't know if they just shuffle these things around. But that's the coin return here. So that's what's inside of a payphone. Let me do the coin again. This is the coin return switch. Now, you know, the payphones are different. And, you know, different components inside nowadays. Most of them have electronic ringers instead of the manual bell ringers. You know, now 50 cents for the last 10 years or more. So probably when this payphone was in service, it was probably just 25 cents back in 1981. But like I said, I have a quarter and put it in the slot here. The other point I wanted to make, I got a hammer here. I'm gonna bang it. I'm gonna show you. Let's see. The point I want to make, these things were meant to take a lot of abuse. I mean these things were meant to do that, and they were meant to last a pretty long time. But I'll go get my phone cord, and we're gonna call it up, and we can hear the bell ring. So just a second. Okay. I'm gonna make the phone ring, so I don't know how loud this is going to get. So just a second here. It's kind of loud, so I don't know if you might have to turn down your speaker, but I'm gonna have it ringing here. So, I'm going to put the cover on and let you hear what it sounds like with the cover on. Be right back. Oh, before I put the cover on, I'll show you a close-up of this. Here it is, GTE. It was installed, I don't know, originally or after the fact, 900 Seabrook Drive. That's some telephone number. I don't know if it's a real telephone number. I haven't called it, but it goes somewhere. Of course, GTE had to use AT&T long lines back then. And of course, no coin for 911, obviously. And the coin release. That's where you put the money. This is the close-up of the dial pad. Is it the same number? 517? 9930? Yep, same number. Usually these were the GT brand of buttons on the dial pad. And to the very bottom is the instruction card, obviously. So let me put the cover on and make it ring. So be right back. Okay, I got the cover on, and I'm going to lock it up so it don't fall. So let me go ahead and ring it. Oh, got to put it on a hook. Now it was off hook because I didn't have the the mechanism hooked up. So let me go ahead and call it again. So with the cover on, you can barely hear it. It's not as loud as it was with the cover on. And of course, here's the information again. If you want to do intercom. Testing, 1, 2, 3, testing. See if I can zoom in here. GT Automatic Electric. For those who don't know, Automatic Electric and Western Electric was manufacturing arms of the phone companies. Back prior to 1984, phone companies manufactured their own equipment. It was a monopoly, basically. They made phone systems for the businesses and things like that. Really AT&T got broken up in 1984 because they were a huge monopoly, and now they're still again a big old monopoly. And I'll show you how to open the vault. Now it has a keyhole on the other side of this, so you just can't go buy one of these and open it up unless the lock is unlocked on that side. But like I said, my payphone did not come with the locks because the phone company removed them. I don't know why, but that's what they did. And put the plastic thing in there again. My coin holder. And put the extra T key in there. I got this off of the T keys off of eBay. So even though you can go buy a T key, that's what the things are called. Don't think you can go unlocking payphones. You have to have a special key to do that, and you can buy them, but I don't know if they will work or not. Let's see here. Got stuck. Hold on, have to put the camera down. And that's the hole. I don't know how well y'all can see that. And I'll show you. Have to keep tied to the phone cord so I don't lose it. See? And that's the coin. So let me make my point again. That's how heavy duty these payphone things are. I mean, yeah, you can scratch them up, but hell, I mean, you're gonna try to run these things over with a car, you're gonna tear up your car. So, like I said, these things were meant to take a lot of use. And of course, people could tear the headset part up, but this was made to be replaced. I'm guessing the payphone itself weighs about 50 to 70 pounds, is extremely heavy. You do not want to drop it on your foot or you're going to be ended up in the hospital. These things took a lot of screws to screw them up into the payphone housing. So you cannot hang these up on drywall, obviously, as your wall's going to collapse. I do have the payphone housing in my garage. It's just one of those housings that you walk up to, like at the gas station or anything like that. I wish I had a payphone booth, but I don't. They're long gone. You can find, every once in a while you can find those on eBay. But that's just what's inside of a payphone, if you ever wondered. I'm not a payphone expert by no means. The ones that really worth a lot of money is the ones from the 50s, 60s, and 70s with the 3-slot ones at the very top, where you put the dime, nickel, and quarter in with the rotary dial. Those ones are very extremely rare and worth a lot of money. This is just from 1981. But you know what? We have a generation of kids that's been born the last 15 years don't even know what a payphone is. So if you're ever interested in getting one, look it up on eBay and buy one. Just collect one and because I can guarantee you in the next 20, 30 years, they'll be completely gone and nobody will ever know what they were, unfortunately. And, back then, before cell phone, people had to carry around a lot of quarters and call people and all that before texting came along. So if you do have any questions or comments, please post them below. Love to hear from you. If you do have any questions about the payphone, let me know. I will try to answer the best as I can. But the way they program these to accept more coins to 50 cents is the board inside of the dip switches. Now, the later payphones that were made later in the 90s and early 2000s, they, computer port inside and connect it that way. So if you have any questions and comments, please post them below. Talk to you later.